everybody. Well, I just wanted to tell you kind of what this video is about. 2 weeks ago, a bunch of us came out and we did section 4, and we did it in 3 days, and it was tough at that time, very warm, humid, and it was a tough day going up Blue Mountain. And well, I'm back on section 4 again. Sabrina wasn't able to go on that first section 4 hike, so she put together a quick little impromptu do-over for section 4, and myself and Eric decided to join. And the weather this time was much different. Day 1 yesterday, it was very overcast and super windy, so even though there was some sun every now and then, the wind kept you cool so you didn't overheat, and that was very nice. On the last trip, day 1 was all about just constant sweating, climbing and sweating, and by the time I got to the shelter, just total exhaustion. The heat had literally just zapped us, myself and others. On this trip, got to Turner Bend shelter, and it felt fine. You know, a little tired. 12 miles is 12 miles, so but it was totally different experience than the first time. I, of course, am doing this again as kind of a training preparation for my AT hike in about 6 weeks or so. Man, it's getting here fast. And I'm feeling good. The legs are feeling good. Hadn't had any real issues. You know, just some usual aches and pains, which are going to happen, but nothing traumatic. We're on day 2, headed to Brushy Creek shelter. I said we'll get there about 1:30-ish, and see what we want to do. I mean, it's only 4 more miles to the parking lot, so we may decide to push on. That'll give us a 14, almost 15 mile day, which is doable today. Our water cache is in about 3.5 miles. I have 1.5 liters of water on me, but we'll have to decide what we want to do. But this has been a really good workout for me. It's exactly why I wanted to come, and I'm feeling good. After the last trip a couple weeks ago, I lost a toenail. I was feeling really beat up, and it's all because of the heat. This time I'm feeling strong, legs, feet, feeling good. It's just been a complete different experience than the last time I was out here. So this is about 27, almost 28 miles. So it's a good workout, got a lot of good climbs in it. So I'm just glad my body is responding and hasn't shown me any evidence of issues. So I'm feeling really good about going into this AT hike. This will probably be the last big hike I do. The trail, as you saw back there, was starting to get grown over, all the underbrush. So, but I'll keep working out, doing what I can. I just don't want to take a month off, but I am going to kind of maybe slow down, give my muscles a break, because I'm going to be putting them through the ringer. And yeah, your body, it takes, when you're doing a long distance hike like that, it takes about a week for your body to adapt to the routine. It is such a shock to the system. It's for the first week, it's a physical game. And then going into weeks 2, 3, 4, or however many, it's your body adapts, and now it's all a head game. Can you mentally handle the rigorousness of it, the constant mileage and the grind? That was one of the best videos I saw IB Tat do. He talked about, you know, you can disagree about how to hike and where to hike and all of these things, but he goes, you have to respect the grind of anybody out here cranking out these miles under these conditions. You know, respect the grind, respect what they're doing, because it is not easy. Every day part of your body hurts. I mean, I'm feeling good, but my hammies are a little tight, and so I mean, you're not out here just walking along on a flat surface. This trail especially is super rocky. But anyway, that's what this video is about, and I'm documenting it mainly just to see how I responded to the conditions on this trip as opposed to last time. So maybe other hikers out there who, you know, you hike a section and it was like super tough and you never want to see that section again. I kind of recommend going back under maybe different conditions, different weather, different gear maybe, I don't know, and doing it again and see if the experience is any different. This one has been kind of a almost night and day difference. This has been a really enjoyable hike because I hiked it differently under different conditions. So, you know, those things matter. Those things matter. Okay, well, that's all. I'm gonna quit babbling. I gotta tell you about a super bonehead move that I did. When I was packing, I forgot to put in my fuel canister. And I realized this about 6 miles into yesterday's hike. It just dawned on me that I didn't have any fuel. So I asked Sabrina if she had some. She said she had 2 cans, but they were both partially empty. And we didn't know. You never know how empty they are. And so one of them ran out this morning, and she has a little bit left in her other fuel canister. Eric has a fuel canister that we don't know how much fuel it has, so I'm not sure how we'll cook our meals tonight. Should be interesting. Hopefully we got enough fuel to heat up enough stuff to at least get something warm to eat. But yeah, it just you know, it just goes to show you've got to be real methodical when you're packing for a trip, because once you get out here, man, if you don't have it, you don't have it, and you're gonna suffer whatever consequences of the thing that you don't have. So but yeah, luckily, you know, that's why it's good to hike with others, because you know they can help you out in a pinch. So luckily it's no big deal. It's certainly not a risk to anyone's safety or anything like that, but just goes to show you accidents can happen out here.
No, he's not even sticking out his tongue, but his head's moving.
Okay,
His
all right.
head's moving.
Well,
Hi, baby. Aren't you beautiful? You're a good snake.
Yeah, I sure missed it. What?
read the previous entry.
Oh. That's so sweet. I take a picture. I do.
missed. Who's old man and old fart?
I don't know. They're here today.
Oh, so
Maybe it's the same one. Or no, I guess it would be two different people.
let's see.
Yes, I don't know. Well, here we are, day 3, 4 mile to the parking deck, to the parking lot at Brushy Creek. Had a good night's sleep, pretty good anyway. So I feel pretty strong. No leg or foot issues this morning. A little tightness, you're always going to have that, but it feels good. Of course, the trail, as usual, always looks like rocks. Always got to be careful. You don't want to twist your ankle or something. So they ought to rename this the Ouachita Trail. Ouachita. So there's a fair amount of water in these areas today, and had a big rain Wednesday night, Thursday. And we got on trail Friday, so there's been some good water sources for our trip, so it worked out. Oh, the sun's right in my eyes. Climbing this little hill. So, not a whole lot to report, and it's been a really good trip. A lot of I don't know, a lot of sun. Been kind of warm. Yesterday was a warm day. Broke out my umbrella for the first time. It did a great job keeping the sun off my head so I didn't cook. So I'll be doing that again when it's real sunny. Anyway, I will catch up with you. I'm not sure how much filming I'll do. Probably not a lot. But catch up with you at the parking lot.